All right. Hey, how's it, everybody? It is right around 5 p.m. West Coast time. I'm going to call it 2 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on that there East Coast, and 7 p.m. for our Central Time folk. I am Mad Statter. This is Chatter with Statter, and this is the third anniversary show for this stream. Third? Yeah, third. On July 3rd, 2021, I made the step into live streaming with my very first ever live stream, and it's been 3 years ever since. So we are going to revisit part of that very first live stream so we can see just how awkward I still am. All right then, but before we do any of that, I want to say welcome Raiders. Super stoked to see you. Terry in Scotland coming in. I'm going to scroll all the way up to say hello to all the folks here. Shot, good to see you throwing down that schedule. Gina Gamba telling everybody welcome to the Statterbox crew. And we've got Shot coming in on the YouTube side as well. Rick coming in after his lovely vacation up in the North End, and super stoked that you're here, Rick. And let's see here, I'm going to guess that Katie's Aura came in with Terry's raid. Good to see you, Terry. Of course, Terry came in with his Party of Five raiding with the Raiders, and Pinnell also coming in with Terry in Scotland. Super stoked we've got you guys here. Gina and Rick and Pinnell also in with Terry's raid. Let's see who else we got coming in here. Terry in Scotland. Oh, we've got Rick. We've got Rick. We've said hi to Rick. We're going to say hi to Rick again, but we must have missed Rick, I guess. But Pacola T reaches into popcorn bag, anxiously waiting for Mad Statter's arrival. Good to see you, Pacola T. And Terry in Scotland, thank you so much for a 30 stream streak of watching. And yes, Gina, I made sure that my microphone settings were proper this time before I went and started the thingamabop. Terry in Scotland, the kitties all say meow to you except for Ashes, who says snoozle, 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 because she's just snoozling over there, having a good little nap. And let's see here. All right, so Andre coming in. Good to see you, Andre. All your connection got way better all these years later. Good. And let's see here. E-Music coming in with the shaka and the clap. The clapping of hands, that is. Anyway, yeah, that didn't sound good for a second. But anyway, super stoked that we're all here. All right, so you were doing things and stuffs in Sims about a bit ago, and you're on the road, so you're not doing that. I don't know what you're not doing, but you're sure posting a lot. You might not be driving there, Miss Shock, because if you're driving and you're typing, no can. All right, let's see here. Pinnell, fireworks went off here, so Tareen is in the closet. Yeah, we've got a couple stray fireworks going off, but luckily the barrage hasn't. Why did I even say these words, famous last words? The barrage hasn't started yet. I'm guessing tonight after dark is when the real deal will happen. Obviously tomorrow as well, but I would like to think at least if you're going to be setting them off early, you're going to at least wait until after dark, right? Right. And, oh, you're not logging in as Pokole 2. Gotcha. You're just on laptop without external monitor. That's all. Got it. And there's Darlene. I wondered where Darlene was, because I knew that if there was a Rick, there probably was a Darlene somewhere around. But she's all busy in the garden. Nice. Snipping some parsley. Sounds good. All right, you guys. So let's see here. Looks like Rick just gifted Darlene a sub. Thank you so much, Rick, for that gift. Okie doke. And here we have it. Kenny from the Cove is in the house. So it might be time to get the party started then, since Kenny's all here. So let's get the party started. Alrighty, and it looks like we have got M Shark 45 coming in saying, how's it, Shock? My best guess is, I don't know who M Shark technically is, but I have a feeling we must know them by another name. And so, M Shark, good to see you. You don't have to necessarily tell us your true personality, but I have a feeling you're not a newbie. But if you are a newbie, welcome on in. But I feel like if you revealed your mask, or no, if you revealed your face from behind the mask, we would know who you are. Maybe L. Yeah, exactly. You might be. Okay, then you definitely are a regular around here to pull that one out. And Andre, thank you so much for both the biddies and that gift sub. Looks like we got a level 2 hype train happening right here. Woohoo! All right, excelente. Perhaps we can take it to a level 3. Actually, I'm fine and dandy with just level 2, but because it's the 3rd anniversary, it seems like a good plan to be on level 3. Why not make that a goal? Right. There you have it, Rabbit. But even if we don't make it, super stoked that you guys gifted subbed, and gave all those biddies in the general direction. Gina, I don't know if it's Gil Soto, but I'll tell you what, Gil is definitely one of them who throws down the L a lot, and that was my first guess. But M Shark, Gil Soto, I don't really know if we've got that connection. Oh my God! All right, well, Andre, I believe, just threw down everything to make it to a level 3, not just the biddies, but that pack of gift subs that put us, boom, all the way to level 3. So there you have it. And Picola T, now you catch yourself saying, there you have it, Rabbit. Thanks, Dadder. Yeah, I don't know where I picked that up, but I literally cannot help myself saying it. So, you know, between there you have it, Rabbit, and dude, these are things that just fall out of my mouth before I even know they happened. Luckily, neither of those particular words are particularly offensive. Some people do get offended by dude, but that's totally their problem, dude. See? I don't consider that. I don't consider dude a problem. But if you consider dude a problem, that's your own problem, dude. Dude, for real. Dude. Just saying. Dude. Anyway, so yes, Kenny from the Cove, I agree. Andre is demand this here stream. Bringing all the gift subs to the yard. And Terry, like, for sure, dude, you've got it, man. I can't help it. Look, it's the dialect that I grew up with, you know? And honestly, I understand that people think of dude as a gendered term, but dude is not a gendered term in my world. Dude is an all around, it's like an emphasis word. It is a word that can definitely mean a something. It can mean, I mean, I've called my ear a dude before. So, like, I don't know, is my ear a man? Anyway, M Shark 45 where is Ashes hiding? Ashes is not hiding. Ashes is just on a furry blanket right by the front door, snoozling quite comfortably. So she's within she's not within arm's reach, but she is within eyesight. Now, where are Leo and Dusty hiding? I don't know. Somewhere outside. That much I can make that, or can say about that. And yeah, Dudette, exactly, dude. Andre, I'm glad we got rid of Dudette like we did with actress, and now it's just actor. Exactly. Actor is an all-encompassing term. Dude is an all-encompassing term. That being said, I still every once in a while do say actress, and I catch myself and I correct myself, but I'm not gonna lie, I still actually do say actress. And oh my God, Andre, you're just throwing down all the everythings. Thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. And Darlene, you harvested and dried some dill yesterday. Love dill. I've got the dill planted, but it still hasn't grown enough for me to snip it yet. And it looks like Rick just gifted a tier 1 subscription to Shock. Broken Soul's coming in. Hey, how's it? And Gina's coming in with the super awesome word of the day. Dude. Because sometimes dude can literally just mean like, wow, man. And so, dude, it just means so many things, dude, for real. And I'm about to beat our last record, it looks like. Well, that's okay. We don't need to beat any records because we have, we've gotten to level 3, which is basically the goal. And we got 3 and 1 to grow on. There you have it. Andre, thank you so much. I was about to say rabbit, but you know that. And extra 300 biddies. And Picola T, I like that your highness is still your highness. Yes, that is true. That is true. And let's see here. Really, Terry? Now, I am not arguing. My arm fold is like, huh, dude. Terry comes in with the proper form of address for a female actor is actually actorine. That is freaky. And Pinnell, thank you so much for the biddies that I will not count because I think it says 9. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Ooh, I like 9. 9 is one of my favorite numbers. Thank you so much for the 9 biddies. And, let's see here. Kenny from the Cove. Some people also use babe as a multi-purpose word like dude. I've never heard... Broken Soul, thank you so much for the 100 biddies. I've never heard anyone use babe as like a... an emphasis word or like a gobsmacked, oh my god. But in regards to addressing people, oh, for sure. Babe is absolutely gender neutral. Absolutely. And let's see here. It used to be about 100 years ago. That's how they said it. Actorine. It sounds like a disinfectant spray. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Bactine. No, yeah, Bactine. Bactine, when I was a little kid, was my favorite thing ever. I used to, even when I didn't have that bad of a scrape, I would always insist my mom put the Bactine. Bactine and Mercurochrome were my favorite wound care things when I was a kid. Do you guys remember Mercurochrome? I don't even know if Mercurochrome is still sold. I'm fairly certain Mercurochrome is toxic, but I loved Mercurochrome. I was obsessed with that glass wand, which when you think about it, wait, the glass wand that you like put on the wound that you then put back in the bottle, how is that even sterile? How is that even a thing? And Shock, you think that Mercurochrome is now defunct? I think so too. I don't think that they sell that anymore, but Mercurochrome was my favorite. My mom never liked me using the Mercurochrome. I think she was afraid that I was going to break the glass wand, but the Mercurochrome was absolutely my favorite. And yeah, monkey blood. Exactly, Broken Soul. You got it. And thank you so much, Andre, for throwing down some more gift subs. We are now, I think, at a level flippin' 5. We are just raking it in today. And, oh, Mad Center, because the Mercurochrome kills everything, and that's why you can put the wand back. I guess. It still just seems weird and gross, though. But yeah, obviously, you don't want to use something that kills everything, because some of the stuff you need, like your skin cells that are trying to reheal itself, you don't want to kill those. And so I can see how something that kills everything is probably not the best thing for wound healing, as it were. Just like hydrogen peroxide isn't the best for wound healing. Iodine is better, they say. Yes, indeed. All right, so, and Mercurochrome, you've made 250-pound football linemen jump off the training room table with that. And merthiolate spray. I don't know what merthiolate spray is. I don't know if I even said the word right. But I'm not at all surprised that a big old pain could make big old people make big old jumps. And all right, let's see here. Andre, Merbromin, marketed as Mercurochrome. Hold on. Is an organomurocratic, disodium salt compound that is used as a topical antiseptic for minor cuts and scrapes and as a biological dye. And then shock. No, peroxide is now not recommended for wounds. Exactly. If you get your ears pierced, don't clean them with the hydrogen peroxide. That prolongs the healing. That's how I learned about it. And I think they determined in the state of California that mercurochrome causes cancer. Broken soul. As far as I'm understanding, everything in the state of California causes cancer. But I totally think you're right. But, anyway. Merthiolate is really just glorified mercurochrome in spray form. Got it. Merthiolate. Never heard of it. And I probably won't ever hear of it again because my best understanding is it no longer exists in the stores. And Andre, they're trying to say having tattoos gives you cancer. Well, funny you should mention that, Andre. I wouldn't be surprised if there's an element of truth to that. And here's where I'm coming from. Speaking as someone who's got plenty of ink on me, right? The ink that people are putting under their skin, and when I say people, I mean myself included, there is no... let's see, what am I trying to say here? Until recently, and when I say recently, I mean the last 20 years, any tattoo ink that you have put on under your skin was never intended to be put under your skin. The tattoo ink is created using pigments, and these pigments are developed for dye. That oftentimes it's dye to be used in carpet dyeing, fabric dyeing, leather dyeing. A lot of the compounds that make the colors in tattoo ink are very much not tested on human beings. They don't know what that poisonous green compound could do within your body after it's sat there for 40 years. So I'm not at all surprised. Now, that being said, in the last 20 or so years, a lot of tattoo artists have taken upon themselves to realize, wow, some of these compounds in especially blues and greens are incredibly toxic materials that maybe I shouldn't be putting under people's skin. And so they're going to soy-based dyes, vegan type of soy and vegan based dyes. And those, I'm guessing, are going to be a little bit less toxic to the body than, say, the metals that were used to create the pigments for blues and greens in the old day. And so I am absolutely not at all surprised. And shock, egad, not soy. Oh yes, indeed soy. And so quite honestly, when it comes to getting a tattoo, there are several different things that you really should, okay, first off, half of what I'm about to say, I've never done because I didn't know. In fact, the industry didn't know. But now the industry is starting to clue in, and some artists are definitely only using soy-based inks. Other artists remain with the old school variety. But basically, if you are going to get a tattoo, you're obviously going to want to search out which practitioner you want. And that practitioner is going to be decided by two different things. First off, do I like their drawings? Do I like their style? Do I want their picture on my body? But the next question is, or perhaps the first question is, what are they going to use to put that ink on my body? For instance, Shock is saying, absolutely no, I don't want anything soy in my body. Some people who have a soy allergy, the last thing you're going to want to do is get soy ink put under your skin, right? And Rick, is that soy ink GMO free? Very good question. Another question you might want to ask your tattoo artist. Truly, I cannot answer this question because all the tattoos that I've ever had have not been done with soy ink. But basically, there are when implanting something into your body for the rest of your life, which ultimately is what a tattoo is, you're putting something under your skin for the rest of your life, you probably do want to find out about the inks that they use. And one of the reasons why I know about this is because one of my friends got a tattoo from an artist that I told him to go to, and he had an allergic reaction to the ink that was placed on his skin. Well, that's a problem, because now occasionally his body erupts in an allergic rash and blisters on the tattoo site. And so he started doing some research about what's in these dyes, and he realized, oh my God, none of these dyes were ever formulated or intended to be used on human skin. So yeah, the industry has learned, but yeah, this is something you definitely want to, take into consideration. And let's see here. As far as the Caladril / calamine lotion, y'all, I do remember the pink. That was my that was the fashionable look when you had chicken pox, was all the pink dots. But as Darlene said, they have Caladril Clear now. And let's see here. Oh, and when you had shingles, it was also recommended by your doctor to help with the drying out. And did that help with the itching too? Yeah, and when I had chicken pox, which is the same virus as the shingles, yeah, calamine lotion was all about the stuffs. And so let's see here. Andre talking about, I guess, the tattoo cancer, the tattoo cancer stuff. So tattoo prevalence rates were 21 and 18 in the case and control groups respectively. So individuals' tattoos showed a higher risk of lymphoma development. Individuals reporting less than 2-year gap between their initial tattooing exposure and the lymphoma diagnosis a year later were most likely to develop lymphoma. Interesting. And let's see here. Shock, you're more concerned about the phytoestrogens in the soy, but ink is not supposed to circulate in your blood, but those compounds are biologically active, so no. Absolutely, absolutely. I totally get that. And let's see here. Still talk about the calamines. And Mama Sean coming in. Dr. Steve is counting your tats and trying to remember where you got them. There you have it. Yeah, I don't remember how many tattoos I've got. When people ask me how many tattoos, I'm just like, look, I can tell you I've got more than 70 hours worth of work on me. How many tattoos does that equal? I have no idea. And let's see here. Andre, and ironically, if you remove the tattoo with a laser, it seems to increase your chances for cancer with the tattoos. Actually, as Shock just pointed out, no, it's not ironic at all, because the lasers don't remove the ink. All the lasers do is break it up, and it disperses it wider throughout your body and into like the bloodstream. So, yeah, Shock's totally right. It's actually, the laser never removed that. It's kind of a misnomer. It's not a tattoo removal. The only way you can remove a tattoo is literally by taking that hunk of skin off of you. Otherwise, it's sort of a tattoo dispersal, as it were, an erasure, as it were. And let's see here. Broken Soul, they had the clear Caladril back in the early 80s. They did. But the pink was 49 cents cheaper. So, so we were poor and pink. There you go. Let's see here. And Gina, anxiety slowly getting better and you slowly getting stronger. That is beautiful. That is beautiful to hear. Well, speaking of anxiety, you guys, so why don't we take a look back on quite possibly one of the most stressful things that I ever did. I have since gotten used to it. We're here doing it right now. But back in the day, when I had to make my very first live stream, I was very nervous and I was very anxious. And yes, Broken Soul, flaying is frowned upon these days. Precisely. And so, with you guys here, I would like to show you 2 minutes of quite possibly one of the most anxiety provoking events I've ever done in my life. I tackled it, I did it, and oh, thank you so much, Chuck. It was so much fun to work with Andy last week. And I really like that. I had James Mane give a little look-see too, and James was like, James thought I did okay, and he also liked the fact that since Andy and my voices are so different, that the back and forth sounded really good to him, and so I was very pleased with that. I'm super pleased that all y'all have been giving me really nice compliments. And Andre, you remember seeing somebody that got the tattoo physically removed? Yeah, actually, back in the day, I know he's covered now, but the lead singer for Depeche Mode, Dave something, I can't remember what his last name is. I want to say Grohl, but that's a different musician entirely. Dave from Depeche Mode, before he got covered in tattoos, he actually had a spot on his forearm that was horribly scarred, and when asked about it, it was because it was a tattoo that he physically cut off of his body. He said, I did a tattoo when I was a teenager. It was so awful. I cut it out to remove it. He has since obviously recovered himself with tattoos, but before the recover and after his initial, the lead singer for Depeche Mode for many years had a horrible scar on his arm based on slicing that flippin' tattoo off, which is just awful. Dave Gahn, thank you. See, Dave Grohl, Dave Gahn, close enough for government work, or I guess maybe not. And yes, Gina, ouch, 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 exactly. And Darlene, thank you so much. That is so sweet. But before I did good on Andy, y'all, and before I stopped being comfortable or started being comfortable here on the screen, this is this is what it looked like 3 years ago. 3 years ago to this day. Here we go. Okay, so totally live here and completely unsure how to do any of this. So what I'm doing right now is something that I have no idea what I'm doing. Is what I'm doing. So, all right then. So now, let's see here. We've got one viewer. I think that viewer might be me. Say. So in the meantime, I will just see that there might be somebody here because it looks like there's 2 people watching, but I don't know. This is very awkward. But if you are there, can you hear me? So after like 3 days of struggling with settings, I finally invested in some tech, and the tech I invested in didn't work. But I was also buying some earbuds for myself, and I ended up buying the wrong earbuds. I wanted to buy wireless, but I ended up buying ones with a wire, and the wire didn't fit in my flippin' phone. So I thought, well, whatever, they at least maybe fit in my computer. And then for shits and giggles, I decided, well, let's just see if they actually work as a microphone. And lo and behold, the accidental or the wrong earbuds ended up being the only way I could get audio right now for a live stream. So the accidental wrong purchase of the earbuds turned out to be the solution I didn't know I was buying. So there we go. So anyway, this is a chat show. It's not really a show. It's just chat stream. Hey, Camilla, man. I was gonna like respond writing because I'm used to that, but I guess I don't have to because you can hear me. Good to see you, K-Man. How you doing? I'm excited that someone's finally interacting. So can you hear me? Like, because that's really the big question right now is, can anyone hear me? Yeah, and I'm still struggling with tech as per that transition from the video to my face. Yeah, there we have it. And yeah, deer in the headlights for sure. I feel like there has been a huge difference, not only in comfort on the screen, but also, oh, the tech. Oh, the tech is so much better. Oh, the tech is so much better. And Terry in Scotland, oh, the travails. Honestly, I had forgotten about what a struggle it was for me to even get online to begin with. And so watching that first stream where I was recounting all of my issues, I realized I have learned so much about tech in the last 3 years, probably more about tech in the last 3 years than I knew in the prior 30 years in regards to getting stuff done. And so, I have to say, I am pretty proud of myself in regards to that. And, let's see here. Rick, you might have been the second viewer, but no quote you. Okay. And, let's see here. And Shock is saying for tattoo removal, there's options for dermabrasion, chemical burn, etc. for tags, but they sound really painful. Yeah, the laser treatments that I know people who've gone through are definitely effective, but everyone that I know that's gone through the laser treatments says the exact same thing, which is it hurts more to get the tattoo removed than it hurt to get that tattoo put on. And so that is definitely a thing to take into consideration. And let's see here. So Andre, it's funny you had a friend that made himself a shirt saying no ink and no holes, and then he got tats, so he got rid of the shirt. Yeah, there you go. And let's see here. Oh, Shock, thank you so much for being so proud of me. That makes me feel good because you know a lot about tech and you've really had to drag me kicking and screaming into the tech world. But yeah, And let's see here. You're going to keep your tattoos, Kenny, and let everybody that has a problem with it just get over it. Well, I don't think anybody has a problem with tattoos, do they? That's just silly at this point. And right, exactly. Well, Shock, now instead of waiting 3 weeks and failing, you just do it. True, but I couldn't do it for those 3 weeks because, like, the sound just wasn't... There was no sound, basically. But and can you imagine me not making a sound? Come on, you guys. But hey, Pussycat, super good to see you. And let's see here. Andre, you loved it. It was like being in combat. We bonded in mistakes and problems, especially when I started the movies and it stopped and froze. And we had to laugh and get over it. We had stories to tell. Yeah, you know, I will say that the community building of the Statterbox of the Cinema has gone way better than planned. And the support that you guys showed during the beginning parts when things were not working well was a beautiful thing. However, I don't ever want to do that again. I don't ever want to have to battle with a movie like that again. So frustrating. So frustrating. Oh, flailing, you said, not failing. Gotcha. Hey, Cindy Krause, so good to see you. Glad to have you in the house today. It is, I don't know if you know this or not, it is our 3rd year anniversary here at Chatter with Statter. 3 shows. And, not only 3 shows, we've had more than 3 shows, actually. I mean 3 years of shows. But not just 3 years of shows. Tomorrow, no, not tomorrow. Really? You'd think I know what's going on, but I don't. So on Sunday will actually be show 300. We will have show 300 on this coming Sunday. Today, show 299, 3rd year anniversary. Sunday, show 300. If I just would have timed it different or better, I could have had the 300 show, I guess, today, but it didn't work out that way. I don't know why. probably because I skipped a show. I was sick or something. But yes, indeed. We have got show 300 coming up on Sunday. But today, 3rd anniversary. And, Chuck, you're going to be driving during 300. That's okay. That is okay. Okay. And Kenny, one of the jobs you applied for, communications operator for Cove PD, would require me to cover your tats when representing the department. Oh, well, that's weird. Because, Pussycat, are you in time for the 300th Lono break? Well, no, because that'll be on Sunday. Well, actually, I suppose we sometimes have more than one Lono break, so I can't really count how many Lono breaks we've got. But I can tell you that we might have 2 Lono listening breaks today. And so we will be getting to one in just a minute. And Kenny from the Cove, will there be cake? Probably not. Vienna sausages, maybe? The Vienna sausages, that is all at the whim of the mail. So I cannot control that. And Picola T, you're going to be on a boat on Sunday. Bummed you'll miss Stream 300. Well, I'm bummed I'm not going to be on a boat. So maybe I can go on the boat and you can do my stream. And Mama Sean, planning on getting Picasso's Dachshund as a tat for your birthday in September, but definitely going to ask about the ink. Yeah, and I'm not suggesting which ink is better or not, because I'm covered in old school ink. I don't have soy ink in my body as far as I know. Lots of people would prefer the soy, but Shock is like, nope, don't want the soy. So I'm not going to tell you what ink you should use, but I will say this. It's not a bad idea to know what the flying fork it is you're putting in your body. That much I can say. And until my friend had the allergic reaction, I honestly hadn't even given it a second thought. I'd always heard that red ink was sometimes sensitive in the sun, but since I don't have a whole lot of red on me, I never gave it much thought. But my friend who had the allergic reaction, that was a turquoise greenish blue ink that made him very ouchy. And Lady Misty, so good to see you and your freckles. And let's see here, Shock. Sunday you're out at 12:15, so you might be home by 8, but the traffic up here, oh, that sucks. And Mama Sean, your son had to cover his Norwegian flag tattoo when he worked at Starbucks. That is just so weird to me because my sister worked at Starbucks and she has tattoos on her hands. And when I say that she has tattoos on her hands, I mean she has had a tattoo on her hand since she was 15 years old, before she ever got a job. And I also think it's kind of weird that I guess Capurus Cove has a different idea of, or a different dress standard for their police officers, but I know that the Seattle PD and other police officers, I've seen cops with tattoos on their hands. And sometimes those tattoos are a little bit questionable, and I kind of have to wonder if there's what else is up that arm, because the tattoos that are oftentimes on the hands on cops, I've noticed, bear a remarkable resemblance to a lot of tattoos that I see on white supremacists, and that's disturbing. But the last thing I'm going to do is go up to some random cop and say, show me your arms, because that might end up with a gun in my face, because I did ask for them to show me their arms after all. Yeah. And exactly, Andre, don't you have to get tattoos to serve coffee in Seattle? That's also that's also what I was thinking. I was like, this is just so inconsistent with what I know about the coffee scene in Seattle. I'm not saying that it's not true. Mama Sean had a son, but obviously somebody made him cover his tattoo. Not arguing, I'm sure that happened, but it just seems kind of weird to me. And yeah, your red ink, Mama Sean, gets hot in the sun. And Shaggy thought you had to have a ring through your lip. No, it's actually No. Okay, first off, it's a choice. You've got a choice. You can either have your septum pierced, your nose pierced, or your lip pierced. You got to have one of the three, though. And Kenny, depending on the location and the tattoo, they'll overlook the whole tattoo issue. Well, yeah, I mean, if it's someplace like on the middle of your chest and you can't see it, they don't even know you have one. But it seems like the tattoos that you've got, I mean, like, they'd be easy to cover. Yeah, that's right. No, and and Andre, get it straight. It's not enlarged earlobes. It's gauged. Your ears are gauged. That's what it is. It's gauging. And you go up in gauges or down in gauges. Like 0 gauge is the biggest. Well, no, I guess 00 is the biggest. Anyway, it's your ears that have to be gauged, which is honestly one of the grossest things. I'm not a fan. We'll just leave it at that. And right, exactly, Kenny. One long sleeve shirt, your tattoos are hidden. Totally, yeah. For the most part, mine too. Except for the one on my hand, or on my little thing. And Pussycat, what's the tattoo called that Hawaiian women have on their chin? I don't know what it's called in Hawaiian, or for Hawaiian women, but I know that I believe for Maori women, it's a moku, M-O-K-U. I think it's called a moku. I don't know what the Hawaiian woman's version is called. And in regards to the Maori version, I really encourage you guys to look up the word moku, M-O-K-U, before you believe what I just said. But I don't know. Why did they do what, Pussycat? Get the tattoo there or gauge their ears? Gauging their ears, I have no idea. Body modification. Moko, not moku. Thank you. Tamoko is for Maori. Thank you. The chin. Oh, well, that's part of the cultural beautification. It's, you have to earn that stuff. It's part of the cultural, shtick. I know that Inuit women, like Penel just said, have face tattoos. Maori women have face tattoos. There are, tribes on the west coast of the United States, Native American tribes, in the Northern California, Southern Oregon region, that traditionally women had their chin tattooed. I know that in Japan, there are women, the Anu, people from the native, people of northern Japan, their women get the black tattoos around their lips. And yeah, we definitely need Keone for this. But I know that the Ainu, thank you, the Ainu, they have the black tattooed lips. And I know that Keone could definitely give us way more info on this, because I know that Keone has gone to Northern California to put on some of the chin tattoos within the last 2 or 3 years on some of those tribal women. And the native people of Japan, they got pushed to only the north of Japan. Right, exactly, yeah. And so those are the Japanese, the true Japanese natives, I guess, as you would say. They've got they've got it around their lips, and I think they've got it on their chin too, but I know for sure they've got it around their lips. In fact, I feel like I have... No, I thought I had a picture, but I don't, so never mind. Let's see here. Andre, since the Maori people consider the head to be the most sacred part of the body, the most popular kind of Maori tattoo is the facial tattoo, which is composed of curved shapes and spiral-like patterns. Often this tattoo covered the whole face and was a symbol, and was something else. And so there we go. Skindigenous is a show that talks about indigenous tattooing, and and Rebirth Keone has been on the show a few times. Oh yeah, not even surprised that Keone has been on that show. And Penel saying that Inuit women just use the tattoos for beauty, always. Oftentimes have cheekbone tattoos as well. Right, yeah. And I can only assume also, and clearly this is me speaking from an absolute point of ignorance, but I can only assume that the tattoos that the women of all of these cultures, it's something of a coming of age. Like, you don't get to just, you don't get to be 5 years old, just be like, mark my face, mommy. Like, it's a coming of age. It's a rite of passage. There's certain points in a woman's life where these tattoos are probably supposed to be given. And then I'm sure there are also more for funsies, but it's still, I'm guessing, more than just like, I'm gonna go dye my hair pink today. The way modern beauty standards are done. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I hope you guys know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so Terry in Scotland coming in. Until very recently, the last fully tattooed Ainu woman died in 1998. Ainu women retained a tradition of facial tattooing, lending support to the argument that the ancient Jomon employed the custom in the distant past. For the Ainu, tattooing was exclusive to females, and it was the profession of tattooist. According to mythological accounts, tattoo was brought to the earth by the ancestral mother of the Ainu, Okikurumi Teresh Machi. I'm very sorry to anyone who knows how that should really be pronounced. I'm sorry, I tried. Who was the younger sister of the creator god, Okikurumi. Okay. And break time. Lono has tattoos, doesn't he? Yes, Lono does have at least one tattoo, and it says, made in Hawaii. And apparently he got that tattoo when he was living in California, because everybody thought that he was from Mexico, and he got tired of telling people that he was Hawaiian, so he got a tattoo that said made in Hawaii. And Gina, putting things very succinctly when words are too jarred to say out loud. It's a planned ritual instead of an impulsive act. That was what I was hypothesizing about the beauty-based tattoos that the Inuit have. Yeah. And let's see here. Andre coming in. Tomoko is worn on the face and body, but other protocols for facial tattoos differ according to gender. Men receive moku kanohi, the entire face, or just the lower half, whereas women wear moku I don't know how, moku kawe on the chin, and sometimes both chin and lips. Nowadays, if woman is wearing tomoko on the lips, it usually means she is a fluent speaker of the Maori language. That totally makes sense. And let's see here. And Kenny, you're asking the whole crowd, how do you feel about white guys who are 100% Caucasian descended get tribal tattoos from tribes they have no connection to? Well, Kenny, that's a loaded question, and I think Shock is coming in with the perfect contextual question. And Pussycat, I am super bummed that your favorite fish decided to that your fish got cooked, basically. I'm so sorry. And let's see here, Darlene. Oh, I was embarrassed for on one stream Lono was on. We could ask him some questions, and guess what my question was? Tattoos. And then he was asked where and what kind and why. He actually, I know he's got two tattoos. I'm not going to talk about one of the tattoos that he's got, but one of the tattoos is the Made in Hawaii tattoo. And so that one he does actually admit to. The other one, well, the other one he talks about, but yeah. But I'm not going to talk about it. And let's see here. He was drunk, I think, when he got that the first one. So. And exactly, Kenny, what Shock is saying. Keone says that there are Hawaiian designs that are appropriate for haoles. And ultimately, Andre's coming in with the truth. It depends on the tribe or the people. And ultimately, the real question is, it doesn't really matter how white people feel about white people getting tattoos of other tribes. How do the people of those tribes feel about the white people getting those tattoos? And what is the context and meaning, and how did they end up with that on their skin? Now, I know that a tattoo style of black work has been called tribal back when it first came about in the 1990s, as late 80s, early 90s, as a style of tattoo. I happen to have a tribal tattoo myself on my ankle. It's of thistle, but it's a thistle. It's a Scottish motif done in black work, quote unquote tribal style. There's no associated tribe with that tribal style. And what white people originally started calling tribal style had no any kind of tribal connection to anything. So those are fairly innocuous. It's when you start getting into the Maori designs, the Polynesian designs, the et cetera, that actually have designs that are associated with their people. That's where the sticky wicket comes in. So I don't really know when you say tribal, I don't really know what you mean by that. And that's really, we have to sort of discern that before opinions can be formed. And Andre, do I remember the book Modern Primitive, the first book ever I saw that got into detail with piercings and tats? Do I remember? I own that book, and it's on my bookshelf. And actually, I know a couple people that are actually featured in that book. So yes, indeedy. Do I remember that book? Oh yes. Yes, I do. And let's see here. Wait, what did Cindy Krause say? And Pinnell, yeah, no, definitely no Scottish tribe that I know of. I mean, I am 1/4 Scot, but that's not where the it's not where the design came from. And let's see here. All right, so now it is definitely, Pussycat, no wonder you're chomping at the bit. We're running late today. So I'm trying to find it. Where's my Lono listening break? All right, you guys, we're like 11 minutes past our Lono listening break time. So let's listen to some Lono.
I'm just so amazed at how she makes me feel every day. Little bit of this, little bit of that. She's like a cat scratching up my back. She's got her claws in me now. Accidentally, incidentally, I don't know just how it happened. She's got a groove I respect so well. Don't ask me how it started. I was sitting there so broken hearted, looking for a trace of that smile she left on my face. That's what she does. 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 She can take a frown, turn it upside down and inside out. She can take a hurricane, make the day all nice again. Lives in reality, been there, done that, 1, 2, 3. She can please a man and a few women. that's me over there, trying to get a glimpse of that girl, that. What am I supposed to do? Cause she's moving and a grooving, cooking up a recipe. Even Sam Choi would like puree, gravy. She serves it up so well, yeah, my appetite is overwhelming. Give me some desserts, baby, make it hurt, and I'll be back for more of that kick and glide. Give me 2 more tens, we're gonna pick it up again. Number 3, you call it, just keep it smooth. That's what she does, that's what she does, that's what she does. That's what she does, that's what she does, that's what she does. When the dance is over and she comes to me so freely with her arms open wide, she's taking me inside, watch out, thinking that I had it easy. Then she says, oh please excuse me, who is that guy right behind of you? I was in shock, thinking hey what's up, I was tossing and turning, then my girlfriend woke me up. That's what she does, that's what she does, that's what she does. That's what she does, that's what she does, that's what she does. That's what she does, that's what she does, that's what she does. That's what she does, that's what she does, that's what she does. That's what she does, that's what she does, that's what she does. That's what she does, that's what she does, that's what she does. That's what she does, that's what she does, that's what she does. That's what she does, that's what she does, that's what she does. That's what she does, that's what she does, that's what she
All right, there we have it. Good to see you, Felicia. Glad you could come in real quick like a bunny. I hope that you're going to be feeling well. It sounds like you are a patient right now. I don't know exactly if that means you're a patient at home or a patient someplace more serious than home, but I'm glad you could come here for even just a quick hello. And I hope that you have a good 4th of July and stay safe as well. In fact, I guess I hope everybody stays safe this 4th of July, except for you, Terry in Scotland. I don't care what happens to you on 4th of July. You could blow up for all I care. That's not really true at all. It's just here's why I don't care what's happening with Terry in Scotland on the 4th of July. First off, do they even have 4th of July in Terry in Scotland? And in Terry in Scotland, actually what I meant to say is, do they even have 4th? Yeah, okay, there's so many things I'm trying to say. Terry, first off, I love you and I don't want you to blow up. Let me just make that clear. Second off, Daniel999XXX. I am not from Russia. I am from Seattle, but you're from Russia. Super stoked you could be here. I'm Mad Statter. This is Chatter with Statter, and we are having a talk about, well, I'm trying to talk about 4th of July fireworks, but I'm absolutely having a lot of trouble with words. Terry in Scotland, do they celebrate the 4th of July in your neck of the woods? I.e., do they blow things up like they do here? Second part of this question or commentary, because it's so cold where you are, I think you said it was 45 degrees today, I'm going to assume it's a little bit wet as well. So that is why I don't care if things get blown up in your neck of the woods, because if it's cold and wet, things won't catch on fire. I don't want you to be blown up. Even though that's totally what it sounded like I said. Well, I mean, I might have even said it, but that's actually not what I meant to say. Okay. There we go. And Lady Misty, Woonsocket, Rhode Island is having the fireworks today. Weird. That, I mean, okay. I would kind of assume like you would have them on maybe Friday, July 5th. But instead, let's just do the Wednesday. Okay, Woonsocket, you do you. And I figured, Terry and Scotland, that they don't observe the 4th in your neck of the woods. That being said, I was in London over July 4th once in the 80s. And holy flirking snit, y'all. They celebrated the 4th of July. I was so confused. It was just like, why, what? I didn't understand. But they celebrated. I guess they were just happy to get us out from under their wing, I suppose. And so, you guys, totally random, different topic, yet at the same time, also kind of appropriate. We were talking about tribal symbols in general, and how a lot of Scandinavian and German symbols have been ruined at this point, absolutely taken over by the white supremacist movement. And of course, I think all y'all know the most famous symbol that has been taken by the Nazis, which of course is the swastika. The swastika, prior to the 1930s, the mid-30s, was actually considered a very important symbol among countless cultures across the globe, from Native American cultures to Asian cultures to India, subcontinent India cultures, to, I mean, every single flippin' culture had a reason to use the swastika. It was it continues to be a very powerful symbol. And check this out, you guys. There's a reason why I'm bringing this up. In a timeline of some of the most important dates in surfing, can start out to 3000 to 1000 BCE. Peruvian fishermen built and ride boards to transport their nets and collect fish, but go down all the way to the bottom. In 1930, the world's first mass-produced surfboard was created, and that surfboard was called the swastika. My best guess is they don't make the swastika surfboard anymore. But that was the very first mass-produced surfboard. And if you also look on this timeline, you know, you've got some very familiar names that you don't necessarily anticipate being on a timeline of important dates in surfing. People like Mark Twain, people like Jack London, people like Thomas Edison. Obviously, you're going to have Duke Kahanamoku. But how about Agatha Christie, y'all? Did you know that Agatha Christie was an avid surfer? And not only was Agatha Christie an avid surfer, she was quite possibly the first woman of European descent to ever ride a surfboard standing up. And indeed, Rick, Tom Blake, a Wisconsin kid, is on that list 3 times. Yeah, Tom Blake is a very important surfboard designer, for certain. But before Tom Blake came into being, Mark Twain went and visited Hawaii and thought he'd try his hand at surfing. He got the board placed right, and at the right moment too, but missed the connection myself. The board struck the shore in 3/4 of a second without any cargo, and I struck the bottom about the same time with a couple barrels of water in me. Mark Twain, 1860s. So flippin' crazy, y'all. But this is pictures of Agatha Christie in 1920s surfing. That's her board Fred. That was her second board. The first boards that she used was in South Africa. And the South African boards were very different than the Polynesian boards. And she is thought to be the first European woman of, to ever stand up. And let's see here. Hold on one second. Boop-a-doo. And let's see here. Andre coming back in with the Windsor Swastikas. We're a Canadian ice hockey team in Windsor, Nova Scotia from 1905 to 1916. Not to be confused with the Fernie Swastikas across the country in British Columbia. The swastikas was chosen by them as a symbol of luck and success. That's absolutely what the swastika is. And Tibetans are trying to get swastikas okay again, a religious symbol that Hitler stole from them. I don't know if he stole it from the Tibetans in particular. He might have. Because that symbol is across the world. It's a sacred symbol until he went and ruined it. And as much as I want that symbol to be reclaimed again, because it doesn't belong to who stole it, unfortunately, there's so much negative energy still associated with that symbol and so much ignorance surrounding the history of that symbol that it's going to be a long, long time, I think, before that symbol ever gets released from that shadow of its own history. And it makes me very sad. But you know, I'm super stoked that the Tibetans are going this route, but they know how hard of a road that's going to be to pave. And Puzzycat, you brought your surfboard to Hawaii when you went. You surfed Queen's Break and North Shore, and then you went to Maui and surfed there too. Awesome. Okay, Penel, Hitler did have people go to Tibet, so that's where they did. Okay, gotcha. Because yeah, it's a symbol from all over the world, so I wasn't sure it was Tibet per se, but there you have it. And frankly, I think all cultures should be working towards reclaiming that symbol, and the like. But you guys, I want to tell you more. I want to tell you more about Agatha Christie. So, at the age of 31, she got to go on a 10-month round-the-world trip with her husband. So, because back in the day, I guess this was considered acceptable, she left her kid with her sister, left her 2-year-old daughter with her sister, and they went around the world. And in South Africa, the surfboards were light, thin wood, easy to carry, and she got the knack of it really, really quick. But the surfing that they tried in South Africa that she did was only prone surfing. That's the kind that you're on your stomach, basically. So she didn't know, she had never seen or didn't know how to stand up on the board, right? And so when they went to Hawaii, they were going to learn the fine art of standing on the board, but she realized that even in the smoothest of waters that Oahu has to offer, it was definitely a different set of waves than they had in South Africa. And apparently it was a bad day for surfing on her first day out. One of the days that only the experts go in, but we, who had surfed in South Africa, thought we knew all about it. It's very different in Honolulu, she would recall. The wave came in, it was the wrong wave, and next to no time, I and my board were flung asunder. When I arrived on the surface of the water again, gasping for breath, having swallowed quarts of salt water, I saw a tiny board floating about a half a mile away from me, going into shore. I myself had a laborious swim after it. It was retrieved for me by a young American who greeted me with the words, "Say, sister, if I were you, I wouldn't come out surfing today. You take a nasty chance if you do. You take this board and get right into the shore right now." I followed his advice. The second time I took to water, a catastrophe occurred, says Agatha. My handsome silk bathing dress, covering me from shoulder to ankle, was more or less torn from me by the force of the waves. Almost nude, I made for my beach wrap. Following the horrifying catastrophe of almost being stripped naked by the force of the waves, Agatha invested in something that was practical, yet fashionable. I immediately had to visit the hotel shop and provide myself with a wonderful, skimpy, emerald green wool bathing dress, which was the joy of my life and which I thought I looked remarkably well. My husband did too. And then all of their days were spent on the beach surfing. And when she finally got it, she said, nothing like that rushing through the water at what seems to you a speed of about 200 miles an hour, all the way in from the distant raft until you arrive gently slowing down on the beach and foundered among the soft flowing waves. It is one of the most perfect physical pleasures that I have ever known. So there you have it, you guys. Agatha Christie, quite possibly the first woman of European descent to stand up and ride a surfboard. So I think that is I think that's kind of awesome. And let's see here. So Margot Robbie, Chris Hemsworth, Adam Sandler, and Cameron Diaz are all surfers. That doesn't surprise me at all. Well, no. Wait, Adam Sandler, that one surprises me because he's from the East Coast, I think. But other than that, that doesn't surprise me. Good to see you, Pacola T. We were talking about surfing. And Kenny from the Cove, you're in a couple model building groups on Facebook, and if post a picture of a model with a swastika on it, i.e. the bow of the Bismarck, and the swastika isn't covered or blurred out, Facebook will make the group moderators delete the post. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That's part of the struggle of reclaiming that symbol. Is there's so much lingering hate towards it and misunderstanding of it and ignorance about it that even when you're trying to not be a Nazi, they still don't. They don't. And let's see here. Pacola T coming in with some tea, but then Archie was a dick and cheated on her, leading to their divorce and her disappearance for 11 days. That's right. I remember that there was some disappearance that she did. And let's see here. Okay, so Darlene, let's see here. You knew about Adam Sandler, but not the others. Adam Sandler was in a movie titled 50 First Dates, and it took place in Hawaii. And the credits said that he surfed. Interesting. Excellent. Let's see here. Looks like veggie soup is on the dinner plate for this evening for some folks. That sounds yummy. All right, so there we have it, you guys. We've got like 16 minutes left. So do we want to... Let's see, what else do I have here? Okay. We can do one thing, two things, or both things. We can take a 9-minute drive along the leeward side, the windward side of Hawaii. We can have a Lono listening break number 2, or we can do both. Or we can just talk about vegetables, because, we haven't talked about food yet today. What vegetables were you chopping, Pacola T? And so, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Puzzy Cat says both. All right, there we go. Okay, well then let's go take a drive. And while I'm having hiccuburps, we're going to take the drive and we'll be listening to LonoMusic. And then after that, we'll maybe have another loaning break. Okay, let's do it, shall we? Boop.
Makela ele o Yesu, iala iakuai. Neke kanaka o pio hano hano, kaula na e kawaiwai. Pane mai e ka o pio, e ku aku mai kai. He au I kau e hana happened to your sister? What have they done to hurt her? Did they cut out her heart? Did they tell her a lie? Was it they made her cry? Will they be back to see her die? Or will they just pass her by? And it's goodbye, California. I'm gonna leave you now, going to where the weather suits my soul. And it's hello, Waimanalo, I'm coming back to you, looking for a home with a mountain view. Waimanalo. A lot of relatives over there. Mahoys, Kupahu. And it's goodbye, California. I'm gonna leave you now, going to where the weather suits my soul. And it's hello, Waimanalo, I'm coming back to you, looking for a home with a mountain view. I've been here and there and everywhere, to northern, southern lights. I had your love for women and your dreamless foggy nights. Where's the past like hope? Homeward I am bound, to gather fragrant flowers before it's all been found. And it's goodbye, California, I'm gonna leave you now, going to where the weather suits my soul. And it's hello, Waimanalo, I'm coming back to you, looking for a home with a mountain view, looking for a homestead mountain view. Waimanalo, coming back to you. Okay.
All right, there we go. That was the little dreamy beach drive from 2 years ago. And we've got 3 minutes left. I wonder, do we have time for one last Lono break? It's one of my favorite songs by Lono. And so we might push it to the end and go a little long, but here we go. It is 9 of Diamonds by Lono, and thank you so much, Kanaka'ole. That was one of my, I use a different video editing software now, but that was probably the penultimate video from the previous one that the previous stuff that I was using. I definitely worked hard on that one. Thanks for noticing. So, all right, this one, I didn't work hard on this one at all because I didn't make this video. Lono did. Here we go. 9 of Diamonds, y'all. Boop.
9 of Diamonds. Gazing to the night sky and see all the diamonds lit up silently, and the moon that will rise, then realize we are stardust in each other's eyes. We're all made up of all the universe has known. Take the long and the winding road home. are stardust in each other's eyes. We're all made up of all the universe has known. Take the long and the winding road home, path that is taken along. Far away they will hear, somewhere over horizons, when legends and stories are told. The songs and the memories of gold in 2110. As days and the nights fade away, and the years go by oh so fast, and change is a constant reminder we are the same. We are the same. It's okay if we treat each other well. It's okay if we had a bad day. It's okay if we sing out, play ukulele. Maybe that's what we needed to hear. Maybe that's why the people are here, to hear a sweet song. We are the same, 9 of diamonds.
All right, there we have it. So, closing up the 3-year anniversary show, our second Lono listening break. I want to thank everybody who has hung out for the last 3 years. Couldn't have and wouldn't have done this without all y'all. That is for sure. I definitely want to thank the mods today for doing their little job, because I think I saw some jobs being done quick like a bunny like that. Took care of everything so fast, didn't even know there was something to be taken care of. Very, very thankful for the mods. Super stoked for everybody who donated biddies, who resubbed and gift subbed. super stoked for everybody who took part in the hype train today. And I am very excited that we got to spend 3 years together. That is right, Michi Mama. This was our 3rd anniversary show. Very first stream that I ever did was July 3rd, 2021. Coincidentally, 3 years later, July 3rd, we were streaming on that particular day. And so I want to thank all y'all for all of the happy 3-year wishes. And remember, on Sunday, we're going to actually have show 300. I don't really know what show 300 is going to be about, but it's show 300, and so that's kind of cool too. And in regards to what we're going to be doing on Saturday, well, we're going to be watching a movie. I don't know what movie yet. So we'll be watching a movie. There we have it. There you have it, Rabbit. 3 years. Done. That's it for Cola Tea. All right, we're 5 minutes past the bottom of the hour. We had to go long because we had that extra Lono listening break. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see each other on Saturday, 6 p.m. West Coast time for some kind of movie. And then hopefully we'll see each other on Wednesday, 5 p.m. West Coast time. No, Sunday, 5 p.m. West Coast time for show 300. And good, Cindy, you'll try to be there on movie night. Most importantly, though, here's the deal, you guys. If we see each other on Saturday, I want you to have all your fingers. And I want you to have all your toes. So be safe this 4th. And, like Audrey pointed out, don't set your fireworks off during the day. There's just no point. Just no point. So, make big booms at night. Keep all your fingers and toes. We'll see each other on Saturday or Sunday. Take care. Have a good one.